Welcome back, all you Christmas attic diggers, ornament collectors, and Christmas music lovers. On this special Yuletide edition of Ant on Music, I'm your host, Anthony Claus. And on this week's show, we're going to talk about some of my favorite holiday music, some of my favorite Christmas music. Some of it, pretty serious, great stuff to have on at a party. Some of it kind of silly. Like everybody, my taste varies very widely. And the holidays are no different. You listen to different stuff depending upon the crowd, depending upon, your mood. I know that, sometimes people find Christmas music annoying. Oh, well. But we're going to talk about some of my favorites. Going to take a look at a couple of records as well, a couple of CDs, of course. One of my favorites is this series of albums from the Windham Hill artists. They're pretty hard to come by nowadays. You can probably still catch them on CD. This is a Winter Solstice collection. This is great, like background music, like if you're having a dinner party or Christmas dinner, or any sort of little more elegant affair. This is great. The Windham Hill artists, if you know anything about them, pretty much like classically trained artists as far as guitar and piano. They do have some synth stuff on there as well. Just a great bunch of artists putting out some excellent holiday music. On here are some of my favorites: Engravings, New England Morning, which is beautiful. Green Sleeves, this is a great one to check out if you're having a holiday party. Also, one of my favorites in a totally different vein, going way back to the 80s, is this classic. And that is Band-Aid's Do They Know It's Christmas? This is the original 12-inch. This was a charity single done for famine relief in Africa, and this has the standard mix and the remix version by Trevor Horn, which is the extended mix, which is pretty cool. Trevor Horn is still out there making new music. He has a new album out, which one day soon I'll get into with everybody. This is a great single. Another one, not so much a Christmas album, but definitely in my top 3 all-time favorite Christmas songs, and this is The Waitresses, and the song is Christmas Wrapping. This is just a phenomenal Christmas song. The bass line is just awesome. If you haven't heard it, I don't know if you've been living under a rock, but fantastic Christmas album, Christmas song on this EP called I Could Only Rule the World If I Could Only Find the Parts. The next thing I have for you is a couple of the little discs, okay? On the smaller side of things, right? More along the lines of mood music as opposed to straight up like Christmas songs is this album from Sting, If on a Winter's Night. This is another one to play, all during winter. I always listen to this as soon as we get that first snowfall. I pop this in, or sometimes I have the vinyl of it as well in the big Sting box set, which probably one day I'll break that out as well to show everybody. And this has got some great songs on there from Sting. That's a good one. Another collection that I have. If you don't know what this is Stephen Hogarth from Marillion. He does Christmas shows, and Marillion every year, if you belong to their fan club, which I do because I am a big music geek and a huge Marillion fan, they have put out over the years a bunch, a lot of CDs and DVDs for the holidays, and they really do treat their fans awesomely. They're super nice guys. I've had the opportunity, the privilege, the honor of meeting each of them. They're very kind to their fans, and every year for Christmas, they put out a holiday CD or DVD. I haven't received mine yet. I know it's on the way from England. Humorous stuff too from them. Merry Christmas from our elves, or Elvi. And they've been doing this for, 25 years. They've been putting these things out, I believe. And there's just a ton of them. A lot of them are little pieces of live shows from the year. Some of them are sometimes they have a specially redone a Christmas song like they've done this year. They've redone I Believe in Father Christmas. So I have like this entire collection of them because I've been a fan since Jump when it comes to Marillion. And, you know, you can't find these unless you're finding them either on eBay or on Discogs, and they usually go for a pretty penny. But, for me, my two favorites in this whole bunch were coming up to. Love this one, the Marbles cover, basically revamped for the holiday spirit there. Father Ted, that's another one they've redone. That looks like Father Ted English TV show. But my two favorites have to be these two. All right, and this one is called a extended collection of recycled gifts. They also have a collection of recycled gifts, and these are basically their cover tunes and stuff that they've done. Like instead of marbles, they have the Erin marbles, Carol of the Bells, which is great. All I Want for Christmas Is You, which I'll take any version over Mariah Carey's version. The John Lennon classic, Happy Christmas, War is Over. Gabriel's Message, which has been done by John Anderson and Sting and numerous others. The Christmas Song, so this is a great collection of songs. And then also, this one I don't think gets enough credit. This one's called Pudding on the Ritz, and it's pudding as in Pudding. And it has their Christmas messages like all these do. And the big thing for me on this is they do a phenomenal reading of A Child's Christmas in Wales, and it's set to music from jam sessions they had over the year. I really, really wish they would re-release this, put a video out for it, something. I mean, it really, it's like I listen to it every year, and it's one of those ones I hold near and dear to me. So that's like pretty much almost positive that's the entire Marillion collection with the exception of maybe a DVD or two. And like I said, Steve Hogarth, he does Christmas shows. The band does a run of Christmas shows as well. They're always fun to check out. More on the little discs, other collections of stuff that I have. No Italian home is complete without having a copy of A Sinatra Christmas. The Sinatra Christmas album. Got to have that. Frank and Family's renditions of classic Christmas tunes. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, An Old-Fashioned Christmas, I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day. Let's see, what else? Little Drummer Boy. All right. I prefer Bing Crosby's and David Bowie's version of that. But, like I said, got a lot of Christmas tunes here from Frank and Family. A much more modern Christmas album that I really dig. And someone who has the perfect voice for Christmas music, in my opinion, the wonderful Miss Annie Lennox with a Christmas Cornucopia. Just her voice is just awesome. And this album is fantastic. If you haven't heard it, check it out, give it a listen. She is just incredible. Definitely worth checking this out. Little Town of Bethlehem, Silent Night, such good stuff on this one. Totally changing tracks, and sometimes when you're hanging out with your friends and maybe you've had a couple of cocktails, things get a little goofy, or sometimes you just have a dopey personality like I do, and you want to listen to something, best way to put it is stupid. And the classic for me, which I don't own, which I'd love to get a copy of, is Kung Fu Christmas from National Lampoon. But since I don't have that, I do have these. Bob Rivers. All right, Bob Rivers has a bunch of these Christmas tunes. Some of them you've probably heard, and some of you are like, who the hell is Bob Rivers? He's a radio personality and parodies, and he has a series of these, such as Chipmunks Roasting on an Open Fire. And these are like parodies of classic Christmas tunes. Instead of chestnuts, chipmunks roasting on an open fire. Pokemon, which is another Christmas tune, reset with chasing down Pokemon in tune. Pretty bizarre stuff, pretty funny. This one is a classic. This is White Trash Christmas Very, very funny album. It's got a different version of Want to Get High on here. Uh, Different version of Aqualung called Aqua Claus. And if the cover looks vaguely familiar, that's because he even did a parody on this cover, which is the original Bing Crosby Christmas album. And he's redone it, retooled it to fit the mode of the album. And this is funny. He also has Twisted Radio, which there's some great tunes on this. I guarantee you've probably heard over the years, walking around in women's underwear. This is the genius responsible for that is Bob Rivers and company. A great take on Black Sabbath's Iron Man called I Am Santa Claus is on this one. Then you have more Bob Rivers, Twisted Christmas. With this one, someone doing an excellent imitation of Richard Simmons, and it's supposed to be It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, but it's called It's the Most Fattening Time of the Year. Very apropos for this time of the year. Very fun. And Bob Rivers, you know, the inception of them all. And this has, you know, probably heard Wreck the Malls. That's on this one. And there's tons of great tunes on these. These are a lot of fun to listen to. More in the rock and roll vein as far as Christmas stuff goes. We have A Christmas of Hope. You know, this one has songs Christmas associated and otherwise, like Elton John, Step Into Christmas. Bruce Springsteen, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. You got Reba McEntire, you know, judge on the Voice. Not a big fan, but, you know, she does a good rendition of I'll Be Home for Christmas. And the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, with a really awesome version of Joy to the World. And the Eagles, Please Come Home for Christmas, among other songs. I always love the Christmas cartoons. Even at my age, I tune into them and watch them. And one of my favorites, which has been redone at this point, you know, many times, is The Grinch. And this is the classic How the Grinch Stole Christmas. It actually has the entire narration of the show on here, as well as the songs that were featured. You know, How the Grinch Stole Christmas is the show, and you have Welcome Christmas, Trim Up the Tree, You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, which was covered by Dweezil and Ahmet Zappa, and Welcome Christmas, again, the reprise of it. If you listen to not so much hard rock, metal, or classic rock, there's this one from Rhino Records, A New Wave Christmas, and this has songs on here from, you know, most notably for me, XTC. You know, this is a great one. If you've never heard it, try and dig this one out. It's a lot of fun. Also, let's do a couple of the biggies. You know, a couple of the large, those big round things. The go-to Christmas album for pretty much any metalhead is Trans-Siberian Orchestra. They have several albums out. You know, they came from the band Savatage, and online I was on Facebook this week, and I couldn't believe that someone didn't know that Trans-Siberian Orchestra were members of Savatage, and also Alex Skolnick from Testament tours with them. So this is the first one, Christmas Eve and Other Stories. It has Sarajevo 1224. They also have The Silent Nutcracker, Mad Russian's Christmas. Just fantastic. Oh Come All Ye Faithful, Oh Holy Night. And they're done in a very, not prog, more symphonic rock version. This, you know, it's a 2-album set. And of course, it is in a very cool Christmas red. You can check that out. So this is definitely worth having. I'm sure most of you who are out there that watch this know that you know of this album. I'll show you the gatefold in here as well. And you know, scenes that are sung about in the album right there. There's the back. It's a fantastic album. Sounds great loud. Changing gears again, because like I said, for me, Christmas music is all over the map. You know, I don't run down the same lane and say, oh, I'm only going to listen to this. This is one of my new ones. I just got this year. This is, if you know anything about a little bit of history, the great Ella Fitzgerald, who was Marilyn Monroe's favorite singer, became pals with her. This is also on a limited edition Christmas Red from Verve Records. And as you can see, beautiful Christmas Red right there. You know, this is just, you know, it's a jazz album. It's upbeat. It's a lot of fun. It's great to listen to. It's another great, you know, party album to have on in the background if you're having a Christmas party. Her version of Jingle Bells, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Her version of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. What Are You Doing New Year's Eve? Sleigh Ride, which is awesome. The Christmas song, you know, Christmas song made famous by Nat King Cole. Still my favorite version of that song. The Good Morning Blues, Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow. Winter Wonderland, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, and White Christmas, which was made famous by good old Bingo himself, Bing Crosby. Next up, another childhood favorite that has been re-released numerous times. Also in the vein of jazz, the Vince Guaraldi Trio and A Charlie Brown Christmas. This has O Tannenbaum, What Child Is This? My Little Drum, Linus and Lucy, Christmas Time Is Here, the instrumental and also the vocal version. Skating, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, Christmas Is Coming, For Elise, the Christmas song, and a great version of Greensleeves as well. You notice this one is on a foil cover. It's reflecting the Christmas lights that I have set up here on the table. And this one, as you would imagine, is colored, but it is not red. It is a very cool gold swirl, which kind of goes along with the silver foil cover. So you bring up another Christmas song, Silver and Gold, as made famous by Burl Ives, which, you know, I'm sure some of you have heard from watching Christmas songs, Christmas cartoons, I should say. And this also has a very cool little Christmas poster in it of Charlie Brown and Snoopy's Doghouse with the little Christmas tree, which if you look around, you can actually buy that little Christmas tree. They had it on sale for a few years. I don't know if they still do at CVS and I believe Walgreens as well. Something to consider for your Christmas decor. Got a few more to go through and then we'll wrap up this special holiday edition. One of the cool things that they do is they put out compilations of Christmas tunes. I'm going to go through a couple of them. Not a big fan of the series of Now That's What I Call Music, but the two Christmas ones, especially this one, is fantastic. It's got Springsteen on there. It's got Paul McCartney, Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time. Ella Fitzgerald's on here. Nat King Cole. So this is a great album to pick up, or CD, I should say, if you want to get a lot of different types of Christmas music on one spot. Same thing goes, this is a little more modern stuff, a little more R&B based, things like that. Also good to have, you know, satisfy all the people at your holiday party. That's what I call Christmas Volumes 1 and 2. I definitely recommend. Going back to our Metalhead edition, we have this one, which is We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Now, this one, you know, it came out several years ago. It's got Warren on there, and it's got Danger, Danger, Enough's Enough, LA Guns. You know, it's a great collection of the hair metal crowd. Take a look at the track listing right there. You know, and of course with the hair metal approved holiday artwork to go along with it. As I mentioned before, good old Bingo, right? Bing Crosby. You know, it's like we'll dig out the other one of the great Bob Rivers. You can see what I was talking about as far as the comparison. I just think that's genius that Bob Rivers did that. Very fun stuff, and the Bing stuff is great. Coming up, one of my favorites. His birthday is on Christmas. Unfortunately, passed away this fall. He has a couple of Christmas albums out. This is my favorite of the two. Jimmy Buffett, Christmas Island. Jimmy's a Christmas baby. And this has his own unique calypso rock and roll touch, Caribbean rock and roll touch on some Christmas classics on here. Happy Christmas, War is Over, A Sailor's Christmas, Run, Rudolph, Run, which is the old Chuck Berry tune. This is a great album to have if you dig things that are a bit more, I guess you could say Christmas in Hawaii deal. That's the best way I could put it. The last thing we're going to look at is this whole collection, or at least my portion of it. I don't own all of these. Reason being is some of the modern artists leave me flat, I'll be honest with you, but the original set of these albums, A Very Special Christmas with artwork from New York artist Keith Haring. These albums went to raise money for AIDS awareness back in the day. These are phenomenal Christmas albums. You got everybody on here from the Pretenders with Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, one of my favorite songs, a great vocal from Chrissie Hynde. Madonna, Santa Baby. Bryan Adams, Run Rudolph Run. Bon Jovi, Backdoor Santa. Alison Moyet. The Pointer Sisters. The Eurythmics, Winter Wonderland is just awesome. I'm sure you've heard that one. Sting with Gabriel's Message. The classic New York Christmas song, Run DMC, Christmas in Hollis. That's a must. Volume 2, A Very Special Christmas 2, has Tom Petty, The Smashing Pumpkins, among others. Volume 3, we have, more of the same good stuff. Sheryl Crow's on here. Blues Traveler, these are, in my mind, these are must-haves to have in your Christmas collection. And this was Special Christmas live from DC. John Bon Jovi, Run DMC, Tracy Chapman, who's been back again due to her song running up the charts as it was redone by a country artist this year. And you have the track listing there. So that's what I'm showing you this week for the my holiday edition, my Yule edition, as I say, for Christmas music. I would sincerely like to thank all of you for taking some time, spending some time with me. If you know anybody that might be interested in my silliness, share it with them. If this is your first time checking in here, please hit that subscribe button. Join the Ant Colony. I'd love to have you here every week. Drop a comment. Is there something that I missed, something that's one of your favorites that I may have overlooked? Tried to go through a mountain of stuff this week, so I went very, very, very quickly, used that New York talk to get it done. But, I wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas, very happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. I wish you nothing but love and peace, and of course, music. For some people, Christmas isn't a happy time of year. Please, please, please be kind to one another. Not just today, not just during the holiday season, but all year round. Try. You'll feel better about yourself if you do. Thank you. All right. And for that, until next time, we're going to try and wrap up the year. I promise. I have a couple more box sets to get to, and a couple of more wrap-up shows that I'm going to do probably before the end of the year to talk about my favorites, and hopefully there's some of yours. And if I miss something there, let me know. But thank you so much. Have a great holiday season. Peace, one love, and music. I'm out.